evening, everyone. As I've said earlier, you're welcome to, I think, day 26. We were supposed to have this session yesterday. Apologies for not showing up yesterday. I was a little bit indisposed. So today, we are going to be talking about goal setting, review, and success boost. The last time, I think that was day 2 or 3, HR discussed goals. So today we'll check how we can set and review to have the success boost. So what is goal setting? How do you set your goal? What is goal setting? It's actually the process of you to identify something you want to achieve. What is that thing I want to achieve? Then how do you establish the measurable steps for you to achieve it? And the timeline to get there. So that is goal setting. You have to identify that thing you want to achieve. Then you establish the steps you need to take. And then you also give it a timeline for you to be able to get there. So it also involves deciding on specific objectives. You need to create a plan. You need to be consistent with your action to achieve that desired result you want. Then one thing is this. It's not just wishful thinking. You know, most of us, we just say that, okay, as a realtor, by the end of this month, I want to close a deal. I want to make like $1 million, $2 million. You know, you've actually thought about it. But have you actually put in the goal? Have you actually structured the plan to achieve it? So you need to take a structured approach to turn your vision into reality. How do you turn this vision into reality? So in simple terms, goal setting is defining where you want to go, figuring how you want to get there, and tracking your progress along the way. So that is how to track, that is what goal setting is. And how do you achieve this? How will you do this? So I'm going to show you a step-by-step of how you're going to break this as a realtor and what you need to do for you to, so you'll be able to review your goals to achieve success. So what is the importance of goal setting? Goal setting has importance both in our personal life and professional life. In your personal life, you need to set a goal as well. It's very important. It's essential because it actually helps you to grow with purpose. If you set a goal in your personal life, it helps you to grow with purpose. It will also help you to grow in your professional life as well. That's whatever you do when you set a goal in your personal life, you now translate it as well into your professional life. So you stay motivated. It helps you stay motivated and achieve more with time and energy. So your personal life, you need to create a direction and focus. That is, creating direction and focus is you avoid distractions and concentration on what truly matters. Then, for example, you actually want to prioritize your health. Probably you want to stop eating junk food, you want to exercise, you want to lose weight. So you need to put up a guideline. You need to put it as a goal. How do I work on this journey of weight loss? So if it's actually self-growth, you challenge yourself and expand your capabilities. That is, for example, when you are talking about self-growth is, okay, I want to learn a new skill, probably like painting, you meditate so as to boost your creativity and mental wellness. That's about personal life. So for personal life, again, we want to have a work-life balance. Personal goals like spending time with family or setting boundaries can improve quality of life. Yes, that is how to you need to set a goal. So that it won't be, okay, I'm working 24 hours, you don't have time for your family, you don't have time for your children, for people staying in Lagos. We know the stress we go through when it comes to traffic. You leave very early in the morning, your child has not woke up, you come back late at night, your children are asleep. So how do you set this personal goal to balance your work and relationship with your family? Then financial stability too is part of goals. It's a personal goal. You need to have a goal on how to save, to budget as well, and investing. They are all financial stability goals. So for all these goals that you need to do, you need to create a vision board. HR told us about that. You create a vision board to put in, you break it down that, okay, this is what I want to do, so that every morning when you are waking up, you have something like that. You will be able to visualize it, you'll be able to see it, or you'll be able to review it at the end of the week, probably Sundays, so that you know that you assess yourself. So on savings, you look at it, okay, what have I been able to save? On budgeting, your investing goal, okay, I want to invest in this particular thing and I'm trying to save towards investing into this. So your professional life, if it's your career advancement, okay, as a realtor, I want to be a certified real estate agent. You know, for that, you need to write exams, you need to write all those professional exams and all that. So you need to try and break it down. Okay, by the end of this month, in 4 weeks' time, I have to take this kind of course for me to be able to be a certified realtor. Okay, I need to do this to improve my productivity and efficiency. So in career advancement, is setting goals, like probably any promotion, setting goals like, okay, in Realtor Max, there's an incentive. There's an incentive at the end of every quarter or end of the year when we are doing realtor recognition. So people usually go home with either fridge, a whole lot of gifts. So you need to set your goal that, okay, I need to get that. Is it television? I need to get that gift of a laptop. I need to get that gift. I need to go on travel trip to Zanzibar. Yes. So you set a goal that, okay, yes, I have to gain this as well. So setting goals in that area, you need to break it down. That is gaining a certification, building leadership skills. They are all career advancement goals. So when it comes to productivity and efficiency, there are clear goals that will help you prioritize your work and reduce time spent on non-essential tasks. So you also have team collaborations. For people in your team, you need to work with each other to see how you can break down goals in the team for you to work together as a team to be able to foster alignment, cooperation, and accountability. It's usually good if, as a team, you're able to measure your success. You set a key performance indicator, that is KPI, to track your growth, to track your performance. Do you understand? You track your performance. As a business organization, Realtor Max as a whole, we usually track our performance, we track our profitability. For each staff, they have KPIs. So that's how to track the progress, to know if we are actually making profit or not. So there are usually types of goals. We have 3 types of goals. We have the short-term goals, the mid-term goals, and the long-term goals. So I'm going to break this for you to know, okay, what short-term goals will I take, mid-term goals, what will I have to, do as a short-term goal, as a mid-term goal, as a long-term goal, so that your goals will not be just vague. So understanding this, the time frame for the short-term goal is actually between daily, you pick daily to 3 months. The purpose of short-term goal is you'll be able to build momentum and create immediate wins. For example, you can say, okay, I would like to drink 2 liters of water daily for a month. So for that, you'll be able to track it. Taking 2 liters every day, tracking it. The day you don't drink, you mark it. Oh, I didn't drink today. Then you ensure, so you'll be able to track that easily. Or add 5 new leads daily to my prospect list for a month. That is, when you put it down, you have to get a book that as I'm going out on a daily basis, I must get new 5 leads to my prospects. So with that, if you get 5 new leads on a daily basis, you won't run out of a prospect list. So, if you're able to get 5 new leads daily in a week, that's 5 times 7, that's 35. In a month, that's 30 days. That's like you're having like 5 times 30. That's like 150. So if you do that for like 3 months, you have 150. So you've had additional 450 to your prospect list. You won't run out of prospects. And you can also say on a daily basis, I'll call 10 prospects on a daily basis for a month. If you call 10 prospects on a daily basis, you know, there's no how. That is, in a month, you've actually reached out to 300 people talking about you. So you have to get something to track it. You know, it's very easily to track. You know that, okay, today I've not made my 10 calls. I've not made my 10 calls. I've not made my 10 calls. It will keep ringing in your head. Be able to keep track of that. Or you can say, I can complete an online course in 4 weeks. You can get a course is parts of personal development. You know, I remember when Bam was telling us about personal branding. That is, you need to, you know, do self-development. Get courses, online courses, read. Oh, I want to complete this book in a month. So I'll read like 4 pages, 2 pages on a daily basis. And when it comes to your saving goal, okay, I want to save 1,000 naira weekly, you know, for small emergency fund. We do have emergencies. So these are examples of short-term goals. So we're going to talk about mid-term goals. What are your mid-term goals? Okay, sorry. The benefit of short-term goals is it's easier for you to stay focused. You know, when you have short-term goals, you will stay focused. Something that you are tracking small on a daily basis, you will know when you'll be able to, you know, it's going to expand, and you would have done so much with starting from little. So it encourages quick success. Imagine if you're able to sit down and track it out. 10 prospects, call them on a daily basis. They are calling 10 prospects because prospecting and even success is a game of numbers. If you're able to call 10 prospects in a day, that is, in a month, you've actually called 300. Calling 300, and there's no how you won't have 1%. If you take 1% of that 300, that's 3, will actually say yes to your business. It's actually a game of numbers. So now imagine if you now do that for like 3 months. So you'd have called like a 900. So it builds motivation and confidence. You know, when you are having that small wins, it increases your confidence and it motivates you. You want to do more. You want to do more. You want to do more. So that's about short-term goals. When it comes to mid-term goals, the time frame for mid-term goals is between 3 months to 1 year. And the purpose of this is actually a stepping stone between your short-term and long-term goals. It's a mid between your short-term and your long-term goals. For example, you can say, okay, I want to run sales adverts. Sorry, there's a typo error here, for like 3 months. You can learn and use the software at work to improve efficiency. Then for people that actually want to lose weight, you can say, okay, I would like to lose 10 kg in 6 months through consistent fitness routines. You know, you have to know that, okay, I will have to engage on a monthly, I have to engage on this routine, and you won't stop. It's going to be between 3 months, and you've actually set a goal that is actually in 6 months. So what are the benefits for mid-term goals? The benefit is it requires consistent planning and effort, you know, because it's between 3 months to 1 year. So you have to be consistent about it for you to achieve this. And it keeps you motivated towards the long-term goal. If you are consistent, you know, as you're doing it, you'll be motivated, and you're watching that, okay, you have a long-term goal you need to achieve, but this is the mid-term, you are taking it step by step. Then it also offers tangible progress that can be reviewed quarterly, you know, because it's actually from 3 months to 1 year. So on a quarterly basis, you just review, okay, on a quarterly basis, you look at it, okay, my goal, where have I, what's my results? You do a self-review. So when we talk about the long-term goals, the time frame is actually between 1 year and beyond. It actually defines your big picture vision of life dreams or life dreams. That is, the long-term goals is you have a vision. That your big picture vision you've actually vision is that your long-term goal. So what's that? It's okay, the next 3 years, I want to buy a home. I want to be debt-free in 5 years. Or you want to build a 6-figure business or career in 3 to 5 years. So those are long-term goals, your vision, your dreams. What are the benefits of this? It sets a strong personal or professional vision. It inspires you to push beyond comfort zones, because you've actually started from the small, the short, the mid-term, and you know, you're looking towards your vision. of the long-term goal. So it helps you align daily actions with your future dreams. Break long-term goals into smaller chunks. That is, you do it on a quarterly basis. You do quarterly, monthly, weekly. That is, you do weekly, monthly, quarterly. You break it down. You look at it for you to be able to achieve it. Because if you look at it that long term, you see that okay, 3 years, 1 year is a long term, but before you know it, it's almost there. So if you're able to break it on a quarterly basis, monthly basis for you to do your review, you'll be able to achieve your goals. So that's about long-term goals. Then we'll talk about the SMART goals for you to be able to achieve this. I know HR will talk about this. That is the SMART goals. What is SMART? The SMART frame, as in using the SMART framework rather, to achieve your goals. So I would break the SMART framework for us and align it to our business for you to know how to make use of the SMART framework. The SMART framework help you create goals that are structured, actionable, and realistic. It is ideal for real estate professionals who need clarity and focus. If you're a realtor that actually needs clarity and focus, you need to make use of the SMART framework. The SMART stands for S stands for specific, M measurable, A achievable, R realistic, and T time bound. So let's break each down with real estate examples and practical applications, so you know how to make use of the SMART framework to achieve your goals. So when we talk about specific means your goal, it must be clear and detailed, not vague. It answers what exactly do I want to accomplish. So why does this matters? You know, for some people, they just say, oh, I want to get more clients. Getting more clients, yes, we know you want to get more clients, but it is actually vague. It's not detailed. It's not clear. So it matters because if you make it's a general goal, so it creates confusion. But you need to make it a specific goal that will drive focused attention. So if you are saying, I want to get more clients, it's actually vague. Everybody wants to get clients. So how do you do that? So you have to be more specific. So the SMART version of specific is, I want to generate 5 new leads through Instagram marketing. You can see that. So that is actually specific. You are saying it, the number and where you want to get it from. That is what you actually want to. So you can see the difference. The difference of I want to get more clients and I want to generate 5. You know, you already gave a number and you already gave where you want, how you want to generate that leads. So for this, the key questions you need to ask yourself is, if you want to use it, you look at it that, okay, what do I really want to achieve? What is involved for me to achieve this? Where will it happen? So you can see now, I want to generate 5 new leads. What you actually want to achieve here is to generate leads. You understand? Who is actually involved? You understand? That is, getting new leads is involved. Where will it happen? So it's happening, you are getting them through Instagram marketing. That's where it will happen. So what method or strategy would I use? How do you use it? How do you use the Instagram marketing to get this? So you look at it, okay, is it by my consistent content creation? Is it by what kind of content do I want to use? How do I structure my content? Do you understand? How do I structure content? What kind of content should I put out? Do I want to generate it through organic? You know, when Mr. Victor taught us about online strategies, am I generating it through organic? Am I running an ad? How will I run this ad for me to generate this 5 new buyer leads? So that is it when it comes to being specific. You have to be specific about it. So the letter M stands for measurable. That is, you track your progress. That is what measurable is. You determine when the goal is achieved. Why does this matter? You can't manage what you can't measure. That is it. If you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. So measuring gives you a benchmark for this success. For example, if a ritual tells you, increase my monthly listings appointments, that is monthly appointments from 3 to 7, you know, it's actually vague. So how do you track this? It's not just by saying. You need a CRM lead report, that is customer relationship lead report. You need to have a report. For Instagram, you check your insights. Okay, how many views do I have? How many was the reach? I know Mr. Victor broke all this down. What is the reach? How many people has my content reached? Should I keep on with this ad? Should I keep on with the organic? The organic is not working well? Okay, let me do the adverts. Do you understand? Then you use a Google Sheets. Google Sheet is actually from your Google. You'll be able to note down, you write down, okay, for this ad that I've actually run, okay, for this organic way with my content, okay, this content, you check all your content in the Instagram insights. Okay, this content actually did well. Okay, this content did more than this. So be able to know which of the contents is actually running very organically that you can actually run the ad to actually boost the performance. So you look at your KPI dashboards as well. That is how to measure. So other measurement metrics that we have for realtors is number. You'll be able to check, okay, number of showings. How many times have you show up? How many times have you show up? How many times have you visited your clients? What leads have you captured? How many deals have you signed? So what was your closing on a monthly basis? That is how to measure when it comes to being measurable. So when it comes to achievable, how do I achieve this? Your goal should be challenging, but realistic. Yes, it shouldn't be hard. I want you to note this. You shouldn't set a hard goal for yourself, but at least it has to be challenging. If you set a hard goal, you'll be overwhelmed. Please take note of this. If you set a very hard goal, you'll be overwhelmed. But you need to set a goal in such a way that that goal will challenge you. If you set a soft goal, you will relax. You need to be in between, something that will be challenging enough and should be realistic based on your time, skills, and resources, based on what you have at the moment. So why does this matter? If it's too easy, as I've said, it will inspire you. If it's too hard, you will lose motivation. So what is the realtor application for this? Instead of aiming that, okay, in this month, I want to sell like 20 plots. Sorry, I wrote land instead of plots, like 20 plots of Urban Max, which in a month you've not sold, in which last month you've not even sold 5 before. So instead, you aim that, okay, let me do between 7 and 10, between 7 to 10. So you start to build from there. So the tips you need to know is you estimate your current bandwidth. Okay, what have I been doing? Okay, last month I was able to sell conveniently. I was able to sell 3 plots. I was able to sell 4 plots. I was able to sell 1 acre. So you now aim a bit that, okay, this month, let me just do like 10 acres. Excuse me, 10 plots, 7 plots. You understand? So you keep building from there. Then you say, okay, I want to sell 5 acres, 2 acres. You keep building like that. You leverage on tools, leverage on assistance systems. Then you focus on what is possible with consistent effort. For everything, you have to be consistent. If you do today and not do tomorrow and not do next tomorrow, you won't actually achieve results. You have to be consistent, no matter how little. You have to continue to show up. So that is achievable. So we talk about R, which is relevance. The goal must align with your clear vision, with your career vision, the current role or your market focus. Why does this matter? Don't chase vanity metrics. Focus on results that truly move your business forward. For example, these are irrelevant things. It's okay, I want to grow my TikTok followers. I want to grow my Instagram followers to 50K. So what have you done? This is just vague. It is irrelevant. How would you do it? Do you understand, to be relevant? So the smart feature version is you increase your email subscriber list by 20 leads for first-time buyer program. How do you increase this? How do I do that? So you ask yourself, does this align with my brand or mission? You should have a brand. You should have a mission. What is your mission? So I want you this night, go and write down, what is your vision? What is your mission? Everybody must have a vision. You must have a mission. Must have a vision. BAM told us about creating a brand. Have you thought about it? Okay, what brand do I need to have? You should create a niche. What's that niche I actually want to focus on? And if you have that niche, what is my mission? What is my vision about creating that niche? You write it down. You write it down. So will this impact my income? So you need to think about, okay, impacting your income. You need to think about your client's satisfaction and or growth. You know, if your client is satisfied and they're also growing, you're adding value to them, that's when you'll be able to make more money. So that's it when it comes to being relevant. So the third one, be relevant or realistic, rather. So now, example of converting a vague goal into a SMART goal. I think I jumped. I was supposed to talk about time. Sorry, I jumped that. So I was supposed to talk about the last one before taking us through the practical application. So the T, it stands for time bound. Your goal must have a deadline. Yes, you must create a deadline. Like we have said the other time when I was talking about short-term, mid-term. Okay, in 3 months, in 6 months, in 1 year. Why does this matter? Is because a goal without a timeline is just a wish. That is, if you don't give it a timeline, that is, you just keep wishing. Oh, I want to do this, and you keep procrastinating. So if you have deadline, it's forced commitment. You will look at, oh, and I said 3 months, you'll be able to be committed. That is example, a little can tell you that, okay, by July 31st, I will close 3 deals through referrals. You understand? July, you will give it a date. So you shouldn't say that by July 31 is actually vague. You should use a timeline. Okay, this week, I'm closing 3. End of this quarter, I'm doing this. So within 30, 60, or 90 days. So you should always speak it like that. By the end of the month, that is in 30 days, I'm doing this. Okay, this week, I'm adding 5 leads. This week, I'm calling 50 prospects. This week, I'm sending 250 messages to all my contacts. So that is it. You give it a timeline and you make it, it shouldn't be vague. You should be able to have the SMART fixture. It has to be specific. What you actually want to do has to be specific. So I'm going to give us example of converting a vague goal into a SMART goal. Yes, we are all caught up into this. When you're asked, okay, what do you want to do? Say, I want to get more clients. Yes, all of us want to get clients. The SMART version of this is, okay, by July 31st, I will generate 15 qualified buyer leads through Facebook ads by running weekly campaigns with targeted copy and tracking conversions through my CRM, which is customer relationship management. So why it works? This is how it works. So let's break it down into this. The specific there is 15 buyer leads from Facebook. That is specific. So measurable. You are measuring it by saying the clear number of leads and your ad tracking. You understand? The achievable there is you've had a budget. Based on your budget, experience and markets. Hope we are getting that. So the relevant there is you support your business growth and your buyer focus. The time bound there is you've actually set July 31st. So this is a clear example of how you can set a SMART feature. You can use a SMART feature to create your goal. So these are other examples. Realtor SMART goal templates. For lead generation, you say, okay, I'm going to close 5 buyer leads from Instagram DM conversations by the end of Q3. The professional development, that is if you actually want to have a how would I put it? If you want to have a professional development when it comes to professional aspects of your goal, you can say, okay, you can complete the certified negotiation expert. I think there's a course called the certified There's a course rather called the certified negotiation expert to be able to know how to negotiate properly within the next 60 days. Then you talk about your revenue goal again. When you talk about revenue goal, you say the smart version of it is, I want to generate 15 million in commission income in the next 90 days through 3 closings. That is okay with just 3 plots or with just 3 appointments. I want to close a 15 million income, which is actually possible. So when it comes to personal branding, you can say your goal is, okay, I want to publish 2 educational videos weekly. A vision board is very easy to create. You look at the 12 goals, what the goals you actually want to have, your life goal, your parental goal, your financial goal, your business goal. You can get a cardboard. Yes, HR told us about it. I don't know if you have actually done it. So I'm saying it again now. For you to have that success boost, you have to do that vision board. It's very easy. Just get a cardboard, those actions you want to take. You can always, Google, create it, as in download a picture, print it out, you paste it on your cardboard, you write it there. This is what I want to achieve for my business goal. This is what I want to achieve when it comes to my parental goal. This is what I want to achieve. You understand? You paste it there. And everything you want to achieve, you need to also pray over it for God, for the Almighty God to direct you. Yes, we also need His guidance. So on a weekly basis, you do a review. You review it. You look at it. Oh, what am I getting there? What have I done? Am I able to do this, do that, do that? You review. Then you know where you have a lapse, and you know where to set it up again for the following week. Then you pray over it. You break your big goals into weekly actions. You break them down into weekly actions by using short-term planning to reduce it. So to reduce being overwhelmed. Then you review it weekly. I've said it. You review it weekly and adjust. You look at it. Okay, I've been able to do this on a weekly basis. I've been able to do this. So where you couldn't do, you mark it and say, oh, I need to focus on this. Then if you need to adjust again, you adjust it. So you track what's working and you refine it. Okay, what have I been able to do well? What's actually working for me? Then you actually refine it. You celebrate your wins, either big or small. Every step counts. No matter how little, just celebrate your wins. It keeps you motivated. So you pair each goal with a reason. Knowing your why keeps you motivated. So for your each goal, you have to pair it with a reason. It's actually your why that actually keeps you motivated. So with this final tips, we've actually come to the end of the session. So do you have any questions? Okay, midterm is 3 months to 1 year. It's still Mr. Osaye again. Then what about long term? Thank you so much. For everyone goal, we said must have a time bound in order to keep one in check if the goal is being achieved, or is there any area to improve on? Okay, is this a question? Okay, Ms. Oyechi is saying, okay, I'm trying to get your question. For every one goal we set, I'm trying to get this, must have a time bound, yes, in order to keep one in check if the goal is being achieved, or is there any area to improve on? Yes, thank you so much. Okay, you're trying to take a kind of summary. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Osaye. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know how to. I think Abasi. I think I'm right. In the Freke Abasi. Short term, weekly, or less than a month. Thank you. Mid-term is monthly, yes, or quarterly. Then long term is 6 months to 1 year. Thank you for that. Thank you. So it means you've actually paid attention. Mr. Silas, thank you so much. For mid goal is 3 months to 6 months, long term 1 year to infinity. Yes, you can't say infinity. You have to actually put a timeline that, okay, 1 year to beyond. Yes, it's actually beyond though, but you still have to say, okay, 1 year to it's infinity, but you still have to keep a timeline to it. Thank you and beyond. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the assignment I'm actually given is this. Tonight, write out your vision and create a goal. Use the short term, the mid-term, and long term. You know, for your vision, you've actually set, okay, in 3 years and 5 years, this is what I want to achieve. 3 years, 5 years, this is what I want to achieve. So that is for your long-term goal. So once you write your vision down, as in your vision down, and you say, okay, I'm achieving this, then you'll be able to relate it with your smarts. You use the smart feature. You have to be specific. You know, when you have the midterm goal, this is what I want to do, you have to be specific on how to do it. Okay, I want to have 5 leads. I want to write on a daily basis 5 leads. And you keep on, use the smart feature to make it specific. You measure it. That is the way you can actually achieve success. So I want us to do that, please. It's very important. Then you should also create your vision board. I know HR said it some time ago. That is when she had her last training. So how many of us, let me even ask now, how many of us have actually created the vision board that HR told us? Who has created it? So I'll start calling names now. Have you created your vision board? I have Mrs. Adekemi. Have you created your vision board? Mrs. Elizabeth Oniyechi, have you created your vision board, ma? Then we also have Mr. Silas. We have Mr. Abasi. Have you created your vision board? Have you created your vision board? If you have created your vision board, please indicate that I've done that. So none of us have created a vision board. Ah, wow. HR, are you there?
Yes, I can.
Nobody is responding. I don't think they've created. I think the assignment you gave them was to create a vision board, right?
Yes, ma'am.
None. No one has created a vision board. Wow. And I was even thinking that we'll give a gift for anybody that has done it. But as it is now, wow, this is serious. Please, and please, for everything we are teaching here, and we're actually giving assignments, you need to do it. It's very important. We are all, you know, it's actually not convenient for everybody, for all of us, even for you coming out at this time to take this training. But because we are determined to do this, because we actually have a goal, we want to achieve something. That is why we are doing this. We want everybody to succeed in this process of marketing. We want you to succeed. We want you to make money out of selling. And how would you do this? You have to learn. It's by learning. We learn, unlearn, you will learn. So if you don't learn and how to make sales, if you don't learn the process to make sales, you'll be able to make effective sales. So please, I take it that tonight, since we've not been able to do it, please, I need you all here to give me your word. Let's create it, please. If you can't do it tonight, you have a weekend. Tomorrow is Sunday, and there's public holiday on Monday. There's public holiday on Monday. So for the next training, we'll ask, and we'll also ask on the group for the vision board, please. So if you don't have any questions, so please, I hope you've actually noted down the assignment. The vision board is very important, and there are no questions. You have any observation or if you need any, if you want to ask another question out of the class, which is probably pertaining to anything, if you have question, you can ask. So I'll take it that in the absence of no question, can we call it a day? Thank you so much. Really appreciate you for showing up. But the truth is, we'll be much more grateful and happier when we give out assignments and they are actually being done. So please, that will also actually motivate we, the facilitators. So please, 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 I'm pleading. Let's take this very, very serious. So thank you so much. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. God bless you and have a good night's rest with a lovely weekend. Thank you and good night.